So a while back, Strydom released the GA241 and the F series guitars, and I was really surprised at how fast these guitars get sold out. And one reason is that you do not get a guitar with this quality in terms of sound, in terms of looks at that price point. If you see the Red Moon style on the inlays, you don't really get anything like that. But one major concern was they were all full-size guitars. By that I mean they were either 39, 40 or 41 inch size guitars with a grand auditorium style body. And that means that traveling with that guitar is going to be an issue. So Strydom decided to come out with a travel size guitar to fill that gap, which is where we have the GS136. So right off the bat, this guitar looks amazing. You just see the way designed, the rosette, the neck, everything. It just looks like a premium guitar. It's got a matte finish on it, which is different from the GA241, which has a more of a glossy look to it. And they've kept the matte finish throughout. So from the body to the neck and even the headstock itself, it's got this nice little matte finish, which is something these days that a lot of people like. Now they have stuck with the theme of the Red Moon. And that is something that really did well for us because it added aesthetic value to the guitar despite being a budget-friendly guitar. They've carried on that with this lovely rosette here, just making something that looks premium. You see on the borders, now this is actually painted, it's not an actual binding. As we know, binding is a tedious process and also increases the cost. They've continued that onto the neck as well. You have this lovely design here. Another important feature is the neck joint. If you see, this is actually a flat joint here. It doesn't have this triangular shape that you might find with a lot of guitars, a lot of beginner guitars. And what that means is just ease of access while playing higher up the frets. It's also got a volute here. And what that does is it gives stability to the headstock, because headstocks are always angled to make sure there's good contact between the nut and the string. What that means is there's a tendency for this to be under pressure, especially if your guitar is leaning against the wall or it happens to take any kind of impact. So reinforcing that is something that's really important. So all these little details that we just talked about is something that Strydom has been doing consistently, and the idea is to get a decent sounding guitar for a decent price. So you don't want to spend too much money, but you're also getting a guitar that's not just for a beginner, but even for someone who's looking at just getting into performing arts or someone who just wants to record themselves at home. The quality of sound on this guitar is absolutely usable in professional settings as well. So this one comes with an all-mahogany construction. It is a laminate mahogany, but at the same time, the grade itself is a much higher grade than you would get on any entry-level guitar. The construction itself, the bracing, everything has been dealt with in great detail by Strydom, because as a brand, they always want to give you good quality products without busting the bank. So who is this guitar for? Similar to the GA241, this model has been popular with beginners because they don't want to spend too much money on the guitar. At the same time, they don't want to compromise on quality. The travel version of this is really great for beginners who struggle with big size guitars and find it uncomfortable. This is really ideal for you because it's a travel size. If you're a college student, you need to perform at your fests. If you're a working professional and you do gigs at the end of the day, this is going to be really convenient for you. And you can also add a pickup to this guitar, which will help amplify the sound, and you can use it as a performing guitar as well. So speaking about the GA241, a lot of artists have actually come and picked up that guitar. Now I manage the store and have a lot of people coming in. And I was actually surprised to see that professional artists, they picked up the guitar and the look on their face said it all. The way the guitar sounded, it did not sound like a sub 10,000 rupee guitar. In fact, Strydom has a certain distinct sound to it, and that comes as part of the collection of your guitars that you have as a professional musician. Similar with the GS136. Because of the distinct sound that it has, let's put price aside, just take the sound aspect of it. If you have a grand auditorium guitar, you have an orchestral model guitar from different brands, different woods, you can pick up this guitar just for the unique sound with its all-mahogany construction, and it has a certain sharpness to it which is distinct from any other brand. And that's why having this guitar as part of your collection, even if you're a professional, would make sense, because then you have a wider palette of sounds that you can use either in your recordings or in your live shows. Well, that was all about the GS136 by Strydom. And I'm excited to see what else Strydom comes up with this in the Red Moon series. Do let us know what are your thoughts on the guitar. Leave a comment below. And if there's any other topics that you wish to talk about, let us know in the comments and we'll try to help.